welcome back, our favourite humans, to Menopausal Mel and Terrific Tiff.
I just realized that I feel like every time we film, I'm in the same outfit. I promise I wear other clothes.
And if she doesn't, I make her buy them because I'm terrible for her budget. I go, yes, Tiff, you look fantastic in everything. After all her dramatic weight loss, she just looks amazing. So yes, no, you're not. You definitely don't smell.
No,
So she's smell-free, guys.
It just happens to be that every time we decide to film, this is the outfit I've decided to wear.
Oh well,
next time it will be a different outfit.
I'm even going hair up today. So
I know, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and you've got your little bat in the back of it.
Bat.
Yeah, she's a bat girl today. So basically, she is a bat queen. She likes her little bat tats
everywhere.
They're just
flying dogs.
Yes.
They're just flying puppies.
So we're going to be talking about mental health and anxiety, and as you can see between the two of us, we have at least full
mental
brain.
Health.
Yeah, and mental health and ADHD and auditory processing and what else?
Anxiety, a little bit of depression.
Whatever we can be.
It's a depressing place lately, though. Let's be very fair.
But you know what? It's like
we're like the little bright spot.
We are. We're like the little bright sunshine in your day, I guess. Well, we want to be anyway.
We might be too happy for people.
Yeah, that's all the drugs we're on. No.
That's fair. That's solidly fair.
The legal drugs.
I
legal
take
drugs.
Things for it.
But mental health and anxiety is something that is like quite scarily increasing in the world due to every aspect.
In the world.
There's lots of stuff going down with the environment. There's things going on in all over the world at the moment that aren't things that are nearly incomprehensible to talk about, some of the stuff. Yeah. And then there's the genetic side of things as well. So roughly 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health, and it can happen any time. But during that menopause or the latter years after that sort of age of 45, we actually are starting to deplenish our hormones, which do affect our happy hormones as well, which then in turn affect our serotonin and our dopamine levels in our brain. Our previous patient actually had the symbols on her body.
Yeah, for dopamine and serotonin.
And we were like, oh, that's so cool.
Look.
Maybe we should get them as little tramp stamps for all our little patients. And
dopamine, serotonin.
Yeah, and you just keep pressing them when you need a little bit more.
Dopamine, serotonin.
Please help me. So what is chemical? What is, my little scientific friend? What is serotonin?
So serotonin is what makes us happy.
Yeah.
And along with dopamine also derives, makes us happy. If we don't have enough serotonin, we're just not okay.
Yeah.
As someone who genetically lacks serotonin in my brain, my big old brain.
It is a big old brain.
It's not. It's like this big with one brain cell.
No. You're not a Homer Simpson. You're not walking around going, hello.
Every now and then, though, it happens. Literally, one of our clients handed me their card, and I said, oh, this is expired. It said 2027. Handed it back to him, and I was like, I'm just kidding. I can't read today.
Well, it's good you're honest. It's nice when you're honest. When you're having a flat,
I just don't know what happened.
What's it called? Menopausal brain, we sometimes have with all our brain fog. But you can blame it any time that you're going on, and I think
women, our hormones just fluctuate in general.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter what blood tests we have sometimes, but we do really try hard to look at all our hormone levels of our patients prior to coming in and doing anything, because it's super important, and making sure we know where their baseline bloods are is really important, because then we can figure out, okay, is it hormone derivative, or do they actually have some sort of generic problem with the serotonin uptake or their dopamine enhancement, all those sorts of things. So as a old school person when it comes to pharmacology, I love the first 20 elements. In fact, I used to do a little Hi Hello Little Beryl Brown counting nuts on Friday near Nana's MG, always singing pretty songs around King's Castle. There's the first 20 elements of hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. I'll show all my nerd factor. But you actually studied it and know drugs much more than me. Well, real ones, legal ones anyway, prescribing drugs. Ones. And what would you?
Talk about the other ones too.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about the other ones too. But what would you say the difference between, say, your serotonin and dopamine? How do they differentiate? Because people talk about them all the time as your happy hormones or your happy chemicals in your brain.
So dopamine, in my humble opinion, and you can feel free to disagree if you disagree, I feel like dopamine's more of our driving factor.
Okay.
So like,
I like D for driving.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, especially you and I both have ADHD. It is obvious from this podcast. And the big part with people with ADHD is we are dopamine driven.
Yeah.
We chase dopamine.
Yeah.
Because it makes us feel, it just makes us feel.
Yeah.
Let's be very fair here.
Yeah.
So it is our driving force.
Okay.
Where serotonin, yeah, we feel happy, but like if you don't have the driving force, then nothing gets done. And that's
Yeah.
how we end up in a paralysis.
Yeah.
ADHD people end up in a paralysis when the dopamine isn't enough reward.
Yeah.
And then you can get overwhelmed, say cleaning, for
Okay.
example.
Yeah.
If your house is a mess and you're like, I need to clean this house. As an ADHD person, you're like, cool, there's too much to start.
Yeah.
And so then you end up sitting in a paralysis going, okay, where do I start?
Yeah. And how do I do it?
And how do I do
yeah.
it? And then, thank goodness I've learned just pick something up.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you start,
Yeah.
as long as you're picking something up. But then you'll get into the ADHD thing of, I picked this up, saw something else, now I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
We're never going to complete one task at a time. If your ADHD person is ever trying to clean the house, just leave them alone.
Yeah.
They'll clean it eventually.
It gets there.
It gets there eventually, but
Yeah.
like we have to go through the 100 steps and
get-
come back to one.
Yeah.
Just do the 100 steps again.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, it's really hard for other people to comprehend when you haven't dealt with mental health early on. And, in my day, it really wasn't talked about, mental health and
Same.
anything. You never really talked about how we could help people and what we could do. And I think in society today, it's improving, and we are able to touch on it. And hopefully we can, in the teenage years, there's sort of a lot going on with the young people. I think COVID
And
had a
hormones
massive, shift in our mental health status.
Yep.
Putting everyone at home for those periods of time, it's really caused a lot of isolation and self anxiety issues that wouldn't have maybe occurred if people were allowed out in the sunshine and in the fresh air. Because vitamin D is probably one of the best things you can do for mental health, is just getting outside, even as it's as small as 10 minutes a day, getting outside and making sure you've got that sunshine on your face, and it actually just makes you feel better about life. That's why I guess during winter time we often have to increase our serotonin levels in our body, or if you suffer from depression or anxiety like myself, I take regular medication, and in winter I often have to double my dose to make sure that I'm getting enough serotonin in my body to allow my happy hormones to bounce
The
around.
winter blues really are a thing.
Yeah.
Like some people just don't do well in the winter.
Yeah.
I happen to love the winter, and I think there's so many things you can do.
Yeah. Well, I'm a snow bunny, so I absolutely love the winter. That's my favourite thing. But as I'm getting older, I'm just realising, I started my dosage of Zoloft, my antidepressant, anti-anxiety, over 10 years ago, when I had family trauma and things that I just couldn't get my head above water. And in the olden days, they used to say, when people were going through menopause, that anxiety was actually us going crazy, and they'd often put you on an antidepressant rather than looking at your hormone levels. So I guess as we get older, having both and in conjunction with, it's a bit of a titrating, I guess, of medications. If you've been on Zola for a long time or an antidepressant for a long time, sometimes you might need to swap, go over to a different one. It's like taking one sort of antihistamine and then not, you're wearing that one out.
And so now you got to take a different antihistamine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I go through.
Yeah, so it's very similar to any sort of medication. And if you've been on something for a really long time, you might need to increase the dose, or you might need to change it over.
Change it to something else.
Yeah, and the same goes with hormone therapy. So hormone replacement therapy, or HRT as everyone talks about, is something that we're really excited about, because not only does it help with the anxiety and the hormone replacement, it actually improves our mental health aspect as well. So it's really, really it's really cool in that respect, and it allows everyone to feel a lot better about themselves mentally, physically, and healthy. We're
Sorry,
really
don't mind off
we're
camera.
really
People-
lucky. Our little athlete has just appeared. Would she like to come and join us? Come in
can at least
here.
come.
Come and say hi just for a second. We never get to have her on
at her.
camera, but she's in the country.
She said,
This is-
absolutely not. I hate this here.
This is my baby. This is Indiana
You guys
Spears.
can
You can share.
Yeah.
We can share our
that.
fluffy little
Get
ball.
Oh,
I know, we're surrounded by balls. Would you like to say
You
hi?
missed the sex one,
Hi.
thank God.
Yeah, you
Oh,
missed
great.
the sex. So you're only going to be talking about mental health, and
you want to.
If you want to.
I won't let your mom make you. It's fine.
We were just talking about mental health and menopause, and that I'm like a bit of a crazy mama bear. Is that right?
completely right.
Yeah. So this is Indy. She is on the Australian mogul ski team. She is an amazing athlete. She's been training for about 10 years and is a COVID baby too. So she definitely went through the hard time during COVID. And
Yeah, I was not born during COVID.
no, you
but
went to born
COVID
during
baby.
That sounds like
Yeah.
the baby born during COVID.
I was
Oh,
actually
so
I was
sad.
actually 15 during
Yeah.
COVID. But
But she was going. She was.
growing up during COVID.
Yeah, she was sort of stuck in the house during COVID, is why I call them COVID babies. And he didn't really get to socialise, I guess, was my biggest thing during that time. Like, you know, you were really lucky because you were up on a mountaintop and able to socialise, but a lot of your friends back here didn't actually have that same experience, did they?
yeah, it was very isolating that period. but-
Yeah. And do you think that affected your mental health or your performance or anything like that, being thrown into that, you know, trying to study year 12 and
All the hormones of being a teen.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't really know how to word it properly, but
Just say it how it is, you know? Like that's what we just
I
talked
mean,
about.
yeah, getting told you have 2 weeks off at school was pretty awesome. I mean, everyone wanted to get out of school. You were like, oh, great, online school. But then,
Extended into 8 months.
yeah, and then it extended over the whole time. And definitely those first couple months of online school definitely became very isolating. Everyone had to just virtually call their friends, and no one even really left their house or even occasionally go on walks.
But you were really lucky being up at Mount
Yeah.
Buller and
And then I got to go up to Mount Buller and be regional, which had way less
rules.
restricting rules. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and that made a massive difference.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about menopause and mental health and anxiety and all of that. And I was just sort of doing a comparison to when you're like a teenager and then you're going through like all those hormonal changes. And then when I'm sort of at that other end of the scale where I'm going through the crazy hormonal changes too. So I'm
The other
like
direction.
the menopause, but I've still got you and a really expensive version of you because you are an elite athlete and you do train 45 hours a week and you are an amazing human and I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of stuff going on at either end of the scales when you've got, you know,
Yeah.
a little bit of an ADHD crazy mum on the right.
Just a little.
And then, yeah, just a wee
tiny
bit, just
bit.
a wee bit.
Yeah.
And you know, I know Maxie's been really keen to get you up talking on then we've thrown you in the deep end walking through that
I know.
door.
Literally just
So,
came in, but
yeah.
it's okay.
Part of me's like, didn't have a phone to text
No.
you. Don't do it.
was
Don't
not.
do it. Don't come. Don't
not
come.
expecting
George,
this.
Yeah.
Leave, continue to walk.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So, is there anything that you could maybe share with like
You
people
want
that
to tell the people.
that
You
you
wanna
want
tell the
to
people?
tell
That you
the,
wanna tell the people.
that about like where you've had to dig deep and you know like you've probably had a different sort of growing up I guess than most people and how you feel like your anxiety and you know recently a bit more depression has affected you as a human, as a athlete. That'd be something that you'd be okay
Yeah.
to
Want
talk
to
about. Only if you want to talk
Yeah.
about.
I mean, like, definitely recently, I think in your early 20s, everyone doesn't really know what's going on or what the future holds for you. So yeah, I've just found talking to a lot of my friends and reaching out to psychologists and all of that has really helped wrap my head around what I want to do, what I'm interested in, and just like not feeling as alone, talking to my friends as well, having the same struggles.
And it's hard, like as a young person in today, like I've, always been very open about my anxiety and depression and stuff like that. So I've always let you know that you can talk to me about anything. Tiff's really open about her stuff too. And there's, 1 in 4 people in Australia, so it's massive, suffer from mental health. So it is huge. And, like even the other day you were helping me with clients here and talking to people that were similar age. And I was so proud of you. And you've been doing that for me, since you were a little girl and, when you came in and helped me with, my sexuality education program when we had that little girl that had lost
no
her.
options.
No options. You're still in all of the slides for CPR. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's like right now as
Yeah,
well. Didn't get an option to do this.
No. I love you so much. I'm just really proud of you. And I just want, like if you're happy to say anything that might help other people, because we do kind of, we're getting dinner and a show here today, guys. Sorry about that. The main thing is, we want to stop that suicidal ideation that a lot of young people are having. And I think, you guys are the catalyst of trying to help, because empathy is a lot of stuff that's missing in a lot of young and a lot of, even parental area. And, when you've got me that's like a little suction cup sometimes, just wanting to have cuddles and be next to you all the time, it can be quite, annoying and overwhelming, but I don't think you'd change me too much, would you?
I don't think I could change you at all.
Even
if I wanted to.
Oh, do you want to?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, I think like everyone has anyone who's in a mother-daughter relationship would probably understand that your mum means everything to you in the world, and it's just like, obviously can't imagine life without you. But yeah, like all my friends have very mixed relationships with their mum. Like they have good days, they have bad days. Like we definitely have that too. I think this morning I was so snappy at you just for no reason, and then you were snappy back. But I think it's just...
I made you breakfast.
Yeah, you made me breakfast and then you were like...
Lord knows.
You have to eat this now. Like it was just...
Well,
we just got into little arguments, and it was...
That's a mother-daughter
Yeah, and I think that was just like something that's so
I made
normal.
eggs and bacon and toast.
It was great. The avocado was a little bit
Oh,
brown.
yeah,
but-
sorry. She is
I
fussy.
mean, I'm fussing
Very
about
spoiled.
Yeah, I
very
didn't eat the
fussy.
avocado,
Where
but-
is it? Yeah, she did shove it to the side. And I went and picked fresh herbs and everything from the garden.
Yeah, they just had a little bit of dog hair in them. So I just want to eat that.
She goes, Mum, there's dog hair in there. I go, that's not dog hair. Oh,
I
said,
really appreciate you making me breakfast. It's great. But
I get
yeah,
it.
there
I get
is-
it. But we've got to have
yeah.
yin and yang,
Yeah.
because otherwise life will be so boring. Imagine if you had a
Can you imagine
boring
if you both
mum.
like the same thing?
Imagine if
Yeah.
you had one of those mums that was like, like, what's it called?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah. No, I was sort
she
of
is
thinking.
that. Do whatever you want.
No, I was sort of thinking,
No, but she
what's
gives
that?
you like, hey, just know if you do this.
Stedford wife. Imagine if I was a Stedford wife with the
does that
apron
mean?
on and you do the
You've
cooking.
never seen
Oh.
the Stepford Wives?
No.
Okay,
Well,
I'll
I mean,
have to
you
show
do
that movie.
you do the cooking, but
Yeah, I know, but
No, but I'll have to show you that movie. That
Stepford
she's
Wife.
literally like a robotic wife.
yeah, and they just fill in the gaps. But you're really lucky because you've got an amazing, supportive boyfriend.
I thought you were going to say.
Do you have a great mom?
You have an
I thought that
amazing
too. Look, we thought this was headed to Melbourne. Not to,
And you've
not
got
to
gorgeous
toot her own
friends
horn.
because you've had to overcome quite a lot of obstacles in your skiing career to keep going.
Mel's just gonna show everybody a nip at some point.
Sorry, there's no nipples. They're
It's
down
just gonna
south.
happen.
They're still hanging in there. I promise. Sorry. You should have seen the one on sex we just did before. Poor Maxie, he was even asking about anal. So you've got off lightly,
Well, we
really.
got back to this conversation from last episode.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
And then we had our lovely bookkeeper accountant over there asking about it
Oh,
too.
because I make the comment. She was asking because I made the comment of you got to lick it before you stick it and then add lube.
I know. So she is annoyed. So you guys got off really lightly. And then she was saying, make sure that you wash down there, guys. You've got to
make sure
douche
that you
and
wash down there. Make sure that like, if you are gonna lick it, that and you're afraid, take her to the shower. Shower together. Clean each other. It's fine.
yeah. So you really have missed out on all
Use a
this.
condom.
Yeah, because what happens? You might want to tell the youth what can happen.
So what we did miss from last episode that I was told that I should have said is that if you go from anal to vaginal penetration and you don't switch out condoms and stuff, you can actually cause gonorrhea to happen because it lives in your gut bacteria.
So be
So
aware.
fun fact.
Fun fact by Tiff.
Fun facts with
By
me.
tantalizing Tiff's giving fun facts over
just
here.
make sure, or clean in between, and I mean thoroughly clean with antibacterial soap.
Yeah. So
I
there you
don't
go.
mean just wipe it off. You got to actually get up there and clean it if you're going to go from penetration from a butt to a vagina.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll just add that into mental health, and that's mentally health scarred my daughter forever, and she's never going to have butt sex ever in her life, hopefully.
She's lost
Yeah. So no ideas, boyfriend over there.
And she's now wishing she wasn't on this couch.
Yeah. So that's what we were talking about just before. So you could have come in that episode, but we gave you mental health and anxiety.
I'm so glad I wasn't
So,
there.
you know, like the amount of things Maxie's going to learn
I'm
from.
very open about sex, so sorry.
Yeah, he's
So-
he's learned so much. He's going to be like the
There's
best
so-
menopausal husband ever.
He is. Somebody's going to be lucky there.
This is the whole reason you're doing this, just to
Listen
learn.
to all of
Yeah.
it. All of it.
So, is there anything like if you could say any advice for a daughter with a menopausal mum, what would you give them?
I think you just need to make time for yourself and also have time for each other as well. Like, I really find it important to separate like our relationship when we need. Like, I have a lot of mood swings, mum has a lot of mood swings. I think it's just take time and be easy on each other and just not like just understand you're both going through something. So I just think it's important to
Take a breath.
take a breath. Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't get so angry at each other or
I
get
always
mad
wanted
at
to
each
make
other.
a
It's always
bumper
better
sticker.
to separate yourself and then come back and you're in a better place.
Yeah.
Well, and I think as a whole generation, we just need to have more grace for each other.
Yeah.
For sure.
And listen, maybe, you know, and listen and communicate. And we were talking about that before. Communication is everything when it comes to anything, like whether it's menopause, whether it's teenagers, whether it's parenting, whatever it is.
Whether it's sex.
Yeah, whether it's, you missed our little, we did sex baby dance as well in the
Your
last
mom
one.
made me dance.
You danced.
Your mom made me dance.
Yeah.
So you got off easy. You
So
just
you
had
got-
to sit on the couch.
Yeah.
You made me dance and sing.
And so what about being an athlete? Because you're like at the pinnacle of that, and with, you know, the fallbacks and things that sometimes go through. You had an injury, you've come back from injury, you've had a knee operation, you've built yourself back up, and you're in a really good spot, you know, at the moment. And I think mentally you're feeling probably like one of the best you've felt in a long time, or at least you were before you came back to Melbourne.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
you're feeling like it goes like this?
I have done a lot of work with psychologists and all of that about how to approach training every day. Just a way of understanding, like, the love of the sport rather than worrying about what other people think has helped me a lot. Just like the thing I found this season compared to all the other seasons that I've struggled, I haven't had good performance results, was to just be patient, take my time, take every training run like a new run, like refresh my brain, do everything I can to put my best effort out, which just put me in a much better headspace for everything else. So
India's a mogul skier. For
Yeah.
those that don't know what that is, it's where you literally go down a course that's about 30 seconds long. It's full of like white Volkswagens either side covered in snow, and you literally do... I think they're about the size of a
Mounds?
Volkswagen. Big mounds of snow.
Just bumps and jumps. You
Bumps
can
and
look
jumps.
up mogul skiing, and you'll
Yeah.
understand.
She likes to
Yeah.
hurl herself down the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just sit at the bottom sending poo emojis to her because I'm just shitting myself as a parent watching, going,
please
please stay
don't.
alive.
Yeah.
I want babies one day. I want some grandbabies.
She only cares
not
about the
the-
babies.
I know,
Not that she get
naturally.
hurt. She just,
No,
as long as she can still have babies, she's fine.
Yeah,
she's
not the
fine.
little shaken head
All right, I'm
syndrome.
gonna help you run away.
Yeah.
Or we're never gonna get out of this
Yeah,
episode.
and so with just in relation to mental health, what would you give as your last bit of advice for
The people.
people or mums even as or mums going through menopause? What do you think you could do to make my life a little bit better when I'm all cray cray? Because it is Mother's Day coming up, so
Throw
really it
chocolate
should
at her.
be.
Yeah, feed her with chocolate and lollies. No, I mean, don't be afraid to speak, communicate with me if anything's going on. Yeah, like my main advice would just be to take time. Like, it's gonna get better. Your parents eventually turn into grandparents. Like,
And then they harass you about your grandkids.
exactly. And
And
then
then
your
they're cruel.
grandkids are,
Yeah.
your grandkids are the issue, not you. So it's fine.
Nope, you're still the issue.
So I guess
love the
what we're
grandbabies
trying
more.
to say is 1 in 4 people are going through this. It doesn't matter what age or what time it is, whether you're going through teenage years, whether you're going through adulthood. You know, Tiff's only 30. We've got like generational trauma all here that's probably collaborated into the reason we continue along this path. So becoming more involved in talking, making sure people know and hear what other people are saying. I always say to patients, you know, maybe say it back to me so that I know you're hearing what I'm saying. And, you know, have that time where it isn't in the bedroom, it isn't in somewhere that you love being. Maybe go out and have a milkshake, go have a chat with
Take her for a
people.
walk.
You know, take your dog for a walk, go to the beach, all those fun things to make you feel like you're human again, I think will really help with mental health. And it doesn't matter what age or stage we're at, mental health is something that we need to like seriously talk about a lot more. And we're always here for you, beautiful humans. It doesn't matter how we are, but if we can refer back to menopause when it comes to any sort of mental health stuff. We just need to make sure that we take time out for ourselves at least 1 day a week where we have massages and have a Mel day or have a Tiff day or have an indie day. Have those days where we can find ourselves, and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female and you have any problems in that part. We just need to make sure we're all in this together, and it is a bit of a wild ride, the old life. So thanks, Ind, for coming and sitting on the couch
Thanks for
with
letting us
us.
harass you.
And sorry we
at this point,
kidnapped
we're just
you on the
calling it
way
harassing.
in. But you make me very proud every day, and I'm so grateful for you and your sister and your brother. But thanks for popping onto the Tiff and Mel couch and
No worries.
and feeling run away while you can. Oh, you better say bye to the audience. Bye. And
She says bye.
She says bye. She's getting up and she's
Oh
leaving
God,
us.
she's tripping. She's falling.
Yeah,
She's okay.
it's all right.
She's gonna cut in front again. It's okay.
Yeah, no,
No,
we just say,
no, we're just saying bye.
we just say bye.
Because now we gotta talk about how progesterone and stuff affects the brain.
Yeah, so progesterone does affect the brain in many ways. In fact, it helps us feel a lot more human if we take it at night. So, bye. Thanks, darlings. What would you like to say about progesterone?
Sorry,
Xenia?
I'm just trying to re-mic myself, and I didn't put this on me in the first place.
Or take it off.
Okay.
We're going to get out of here.
So progesterone helps us sleep, and if you're not sleeping, you're
get-
not getting any serotonin
Yeah.
or dopamine because you're not sleeping. So that can also lead to the shift in how you're feeling as a person, you know, as we go through menopause.
Thank you, darling,
I'll
for
eventually
sharing
be
it with
there.
me.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that I'm young. To anyone who's like, she's not going through menopause, I will one day.
Yes. And we're just getting knowing what to do at the...
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, so you know, if you're not sleeping, because you're lacking progesterone, which is part of our HRT that we put people on, you know, you're not going to be thinking rationally. The rational part of your brain, without enough sleep, just doesn't work. And so then you're going to get frustrated because you're not sleeping and you're irritated. And the littlest things will start to irritate you as you get older anyways.
Yeah. And your serotonin bubble is something we need to look after. So our dopamine, our serotonin is affected by progesterone. We're going to talk a little bit more about HRT medication on our next one. So we will say goodbye, and we look
day.
forward to catching up with you next episode.
Bye,
Love you,
beautiful
humans. Bye.